Hi, my name is Mike Farley. I'm the CEO of a company called Wyza, W-Y-Z-A. You get a little older, you get a lot wiser. And we're a digital marketing platform for the 50 plus audience in Australia. Well, my corporate partnership manager brought it to my attention about 6 weeks ago, and he said this is something that we should do, and I looked at it, and we as a team decided to get involved. Well, I think last night was very, very enlightening. It highlighted to me the challenges that people have when they get to that state of no money, losing a home, being threatened, and yes, it was something that has made me think about, and I thought about a lot last night when I was awake in the early hours of the morning. That was probably the most enlightening thing for me. They assume that 70% of those that are homeless have an alcohol problem. So if you have an alcohol problem and you go to one of the services that are available, the alcohol services, they reject you and say, no, you've got to go and have an assessment with the housing people. And then you go there and they say, no, you've got an alcohol problem, and they send you to another department. And then at the end of the day, you end up looking for basically the Vinnies van. It seemed to me like if I was homeless, that the first place I would go, because no one likes to have rejection and be thrown around. It appears that you've got to start with the Vinnies van, have them take you into a facility, assess you and work with you, help you with your problems, and then move you down the train to get you back on your feet. I think probably what I was thinking about this morning was, look, I'm thinking there that everything's so hard, the ground was hard, and I thought these people are doing it so tough that they've all got mobile phones, I learned, and I thought, well, what we should do is develop an app and have it so they can call the Vinnies van and fast track them into the assessment facility so they can move on without going through this horrendous battle, all right, with different service organizations that can't help them. No, they haven't changed. I've just become a lot more aware. I've had a problem in the past when I've walked through the city and seen people sitting on the street corner, basically begging for enough for a coffee for a night, and like a lot of people will do, put some loose change into their collection box. But I've always had a problem, how do you approach, and wanted to talk to them, but know that I don't have the ability myself to take it to the next step. So my opinion hasn't changed, it's given me more awareness and tells me and suggests different ways that I can help, all right, with my team going forward in raising money, and leave the expertise to how to handle this problem of trauma and homelessness to someone like Vinnies, and support them by providing money. Well, we won the Innovative Award, so I guess we did something right. I've always found that if I can give something back when I'm asking for donations, that it works quite well, and I've had success in the past. What I did was went to, being a golfer, I went to 4 top golf courses in Australia, and either bought from them personally or had them donated games of golf at Elanora, New South Wales, the Lakes. And I held an auction at the Lakes Golf Club, raised off the back of that close to $4,000, conducted a raffle and raised money that way. And we're very fortunate. I've got 200,000 subscribers to Wyza, and we were able to tell the story to our audience. Our audience is 50 plus. A lot of them are interested in volunteering. A lot of them are obviously interested because they've got kids themselves, and I can see now from listening to the statistics last night that a high percentage of those that are homeless are younger people, and whilst my interest is in supporting especially the women that are 50, 55 plus that have become homeless, I think that's an area our audience can help in, relate to, and contribute, and probably do a lot more next year. I think Christine Keneally was excellent. I think that every speaker delivered something that had some form of takeaway. And I encourage anybody that has got the time and can put some effort into fundraising and helping Vinnies, they should do the same. That's a tough question. No, I don't know I heard anybody excited. I kind of approached my fundraising. I started it off and said, well, look, here's $500 I'm putting in, you match me, and that was part of my campaign. And then I kind of started the message off, well, I'm not asking you to sleep out. So no, I don't know that anybody, the only person that really missed me last night was my dog, I think, that's sort of still on the step waiting for me to come home. Well, between 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock, it was still very noisy. I managed to get about 3 hours sleep, which I was thankful for, between 3 and 3:20, and then I was awake from 3:20. Different noises, people around you snoring, and but yeah, that's the rub of the green, But it wasn't cold. I invested in a lot of thermals and didn't feel a cold one bit. I just found it very, as I said in the beginning, very hard on my body. All right, being being on the larger size, and just that just reflected on how hard this is, and there's got to be a simpler way of doing things. Well, I must say I think my donors have been very generous. We raised over $20,000 in 6 weeks, and people dug deep, and it's only through their generosity and understanding and recognizing that the ask for the donation was for a very good cause.